I'm Kelly, and I'm an education officer for the fire service. My job is to teach children just like you how to keep safe in lots of different ways. Today's story is all about Susie and her friends, who are learning about a strange new change to their daily routine. They learn if they help each other, they can deal with any new changes and even make them fun. Here is Susie the Childminder and the Pandemic, written by Donna Smith and illustrated by Claire Murphy. It was an ordinary Monday. Daniel, Nathan, Sanjay and the twins, Kit and Lydia, were walking to school with Susie the Childminder and her daughter Murph. On the way, they met up with their friend Maya and her nanny. She was known affectionately as Nanny Cupcake because her cupcakes were truly out of this world. Susie and Nanny Cupcake were talking about a virus and how lots of people from other countries had died because of it. Lydia didn't know what a virus was. Could it be a wild animal that she'd never heard of? If so, perhaps it looked like a dragon with huge big teeth and a swishy tail that knocked people over before it ate them. Lydia felt a little worried. It must be a really, really big animal to kill lots of people, she thought. What are you doing? When they got back to Susie's house after school, there was a new rule. Susie explained all about the virus. It was a nasty, contagious infection that made some people very ill, not a wild animal at all. The new rule. We're going to wash our hands more often and for at least 20 seconds to stay healthy and safe from the virus, Susie said, in her best reassuring voice. The children were not reassured or impressed. Kit, always the thinker, thought for a while. So, instead of singing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, we should sing, healthy and you know it, wash your hands, he announced. What a good idea, Kit. If we sing, it will be more fun. Daniel, you can time how long it takes to sing the song. Who's first? Asked Susie. Nathan stepped forward. Susie and the children sang along with him as he washed his hands. Can you sing along too? And mind washing your hands? If you're healthy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're healthy and you know it, wash your hands. If you're healthy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're healthy and you know it, wash your hands. 16 seconds. Not bad, said Daniel. Perhaps we can stretch it out by shouting, hip, hip, hooray, send the germs away, at the end of the song, suggested Kit. Perfect idea again, said Susie. So, that's how the children washed their hands. Over the next few weeks, things changed. Things changed a lot. People were asked to stay at home if they could, to stop the virus spreading. The children missed Susie, and Susie missed them terribly. Most children were not allowed to go to school. Sanjay went to school because his parents were key workers at the hospital. The twins went to school because their mummy was a teacher. But most children, like Daniel and Nathan, had lessons at home. Everyone worked together to support each other. Firefighter Mark learned to drive an ambulance as the ambulance service needed more drivers. Susie did the shopping for her elderly neighbour, Nanny Dot, because she needed extra help to stay safe. Families clapped and hung pictures just like this one of rainbows in windows to say thank you to all the key workers. Nanny Cupcake baked cupcakes with rainbows on them for all the hospital staff. Can we paint a huge rainbow across the front window? Asked Lydia. Absolutely, said her mummy. Shops were closed, only a few stayed open that sold essential things like food and medicine. The children noticed more and more grown-ups washing their hands and wearing face coverings outside. It did look strange. Ricky, the greengrocer, kept his shop open in the village, but only one person was allowed in at a time. He put tape on the pavement to show people how to queue safely, 2 metres apart. Merv met Firefighter Mark while out walking her dog. As they passed each other at a safe distance, Mark spoke. Not sure our dogs understand how far 2 metres is, he chuckled as he pointed at the 2 dogs squabbling over a stick. The children knew how far 2 metres was and why they needed to keep a safe distance from their friends. They also knew why they couldn't see Susie or their grandparents. But knowing why didn't make it any easier. As time went on, the children continued to miss their friends and hated not being able to go to Susie the childminder's house. They were allowed to go for walks and bike rides as exercise, but the play parks were closed. They had notices and padlocks on the gates. They're not play parks if you can't play in them, moaned Sanjay. They're empty parks. Sanjay's dad explained that the government was trying to stop the virus spreading. The virus could stay on things like swings and roundabouts for a while. If someone touched them after an infected person did, they could catch the virus too. The scientists and doctors called it a pandemic, as the virus had spread around the world. So, Sanjay, you're not alone. Children in different countries on planet Earth are all missing their play parks too. Sanjay understood. He still didn't like it. Meanwhile, back at Susie's house, Murph had a plan to cheer everyone up. She contacted the children's parents and organised a group video chat. At the time arranged, Murph opened the chat room and one by one, the children joined in. "Mum, come and have a look at this," Murph called out. Susie had no idea what was going to be shown. No idea at all. You can imagine her surprise when she looked at the computer screen and saw the children all wearing silly hats and glasses, smiling and waving at her. Everyone chatted at once, obviously, but soon Murph sorted them out and they all got a turn to speak, but they all were put on mute. After that, every week they played games, sang songs and read stories together online. It wasn't the same as spending time at Susie's house, but they all agreed it would do until things got back to normal. Hopefully, very soon. That was Susie the childminder and the pandemic. Thank you for listening. Bye.